On a bright Tuesday morning, Richard, a successful businessman, sits in his office, the weight of his empire resting on his shoulders. At 45, he seems to have it all: wealth, power, influence. Yet despite his riches, he is perpetually busy, always declaring, "I don't have time." His daughter, Emily, desperately seeks his attention, pleading for him to attend her recital. "I don't have time, sweetheart. Important meeting." His wife, Susan, suggests a vacation, but Richard brushes her off with the same excuse. Friends invite him out, but he shakes his head, too consumed by work. Time to him is a currency, and he is determined. One day, reluctantly, he follows Susan to a routine doctor's appointment, muttering about how he lacks the time for such trivialities. But the doctor's call a week later shatters his world. "Richard, you have pancreatic cancer. Stage 4. The diagnosis hangs in the air, heavy and suffocating. He grapples with the gravity of his fate, realizing the irony. He, who always claimed he didn't have time, now faces the end of it. The doctor's words echo in his mind. "With treatment, you might have 6 months to a year." Richard is left grappling with a reality he cannot comprehend. As he sits in meetings, planning for a future he may not see, he begins to understand the absurdity of his existence. As chemotherapy begins, he endures the harsh side effects, nausea, weakness, hair loss, but continues to toil at work. Susan watches him, bewildered. "You need to rest, Richard. Spend time with family." Yet he dismisses her concerns. Consumed by the need to secure. 3 months into treatment, he toils late into the night, lost in paperwork. His phone rings. It's Emily. "Dad, are you coming home soon?" Her voice is laced with longing. He hesitates, caught between duty and desire. "Okay, Dad, I love you." He hangs up, guilt gnawing at him as he returns to his work. An hour later, his phone rings again. Susan's voice is sharp, filled with anger. "Emily is crying. She thinks you don't have time for her." Her words strike him like a thunderbolt. "Do you really want your daughter's last memory of you to be work?" The weight of those words crashes down on him. Richard stares at the contract on his desk, questioning its worth. In the grand scheme of life, what truly matters? With a heavy heart, he closes his laptop, leaves the office, and drives home. He finds Emily in her room, eyes puffy from tears. "I thought you were working," she whispers, her voice trembling. "I realize something," he says softly. "The work will still be there tomorrow, but you might not be." He wraps his arms around her, feeling the warmth of her presence, the gravity of his choices crashing over him. "I'm sorry for all the times I said I didn't have time. The truth is, I did. I chose to spend it on the wrong things." Their conversation flows freely, filled with vulnerability and love. They talk late into the night, bridging the gap years of neglect left behind. Later, he sits with Susan, his soul laid bare. "I've been doing everything wrong." She takes his hand, an anchor in his storm. "You still have time," she whispers. "Use it." The next day, Richard calls his business partner. "I'm stepping back from day-to-day operations. You'll take over as CEO." The partner hesitates, but Richard is resolute. "I'm going to spend time with my family while I still have it." He cancels meetings, ignores emails, and releases the grip of responsibility. Initially, it feels uncomfortable, foreign even. But as days pass, a sense of freedom washes over him. He savors breakfast with Susan, laughter filling the air with warmth. He calls Emily each day, cherishing the sound of her voice, the bond strengthening with every conversation. Old friends return, stories shared, laughter echoing through the rooms of their lives. Finally, he takes the vacation Susan had long sought, a trip to Italy. They walk through ancient streets and indulge in leisurely meals, realizing the beauty of life lies not in the hustle, but in moments shared. 4 months into his diagnosis, Richard begins writing a letter to Emily. Each word spills from his heart, a message laden with wisdom. Dear Emily, if I could go back, I would choose you every time. Time is the only thing you can't get more of. He implores her to learn from his mistakes. Busy is not the same as important. Don't confuse activity with purpose. Richard reflects on the fleeting nature of life, the truth he'd neglected for so long. His final months, stripped of ambition, are filled with simple joys. He spends afternoons with Susan, holding hands, simply being. The world outside fades. What matters is the love that surrounds him. In this new existence, Richard embraces life fully, cherishing every moment. He has learned that time is precious, not to be squandered on the trivial, but to be spent with those he loves. He had long phone calls with Emily about everything and nothing, just connecting, just being father and daughter. Richard made peace with people he'd hurt. He apologized for times he'd been absent. He told people he loved them. He noticed small things. The way morning light danced through the windows, the taste of rich coffee, the sound of Susan's laughter, the intoxicating feeling of being alive, simple joys he had overlooked for decades. One evening, Susan turned to him, her voice quivering. "Do you regret anything?" Richard pondered deeply. After a long silence, he replied, "I regret not living this way sooner. I regret all the years I wasted chasing things that didn't matter. I regret all the moments I missed with you and Emily." He paused, reflecting on their time together. "But I don't regret these last months. They've been the best months of my life, not because I'm dying, but because I'm finally living." Tears glistened in Susan's eyes as she responded, "I wish we had more time." Richard smiled softly. "Me too, but I'm grateful for the time we have. For the first time in my life, I'm truly grateful for each day." One afternoon, a young businessman named Marcus stepped into Richard's living room. He worked at one of Richard's companies and had come to pay his respects. Marcus fidgeted, unsure of what to say. "Mr. Chun," he began, "you've been such an inspiration. Your work ethic, your success. You taught me so much." Richard regarded the eager young man, a mirror of his former self. "Marcus, can I tell you something?" he asked. "Of course," came the reply. "Everything I taught you about success, Confusion clouded Marcus's face. Richard pressed on. "I taught you to work harder than anyone else. I was wrong. Work-life balance matters more than I admitted. I taught you that success means sacrificing personal time. I was wrong. What you sacrifice is what truly matters." Richard leaned closer, the gravity of his words sinking in. "I taught you that business comes first. I was wrong. People come first always. I taught you to be busy, always productive. I was wrong. Being present is more valuable." Marcus fell silent, absorbing the weight of Richard's revelations. "But you're so successful," he stammered. "Your companies, your wealth." Richard's eyes darkened. "I'm dying, Marcus, and none of that matters. Not the companies, not the wealth, not the deals or the achievements." Richard paused, his mind drifting to poignant memories. "You know what I think about now? My daughter's 8th birthday party that I missed for a business meeting. I don't even remember what that meeting was about, but I remember her face when I didn't show up." He continued, I think about anniversaries I forgot while traveling for work, vacations I canceled, bedtime stories I never read. I made millions of dollars, but I lost thousands of moments, and I can't buy them back. Marcus looked shaken, realizing the depth of Richard's truth. I'm telling you this, Richard said gently, because you remind me of myself at your age, and I don't want you to make my mistakes. Work is important, but it's not everything. Don't let it become everything. Don't wait until you're dying to realize what truly matters. After Marcus left, Susan remarked, "That was kind of you to warn him." Richard nodded. "It's the only thing I can do now. I can't change my past, but maybe I can help someone else not waste their future." Richard passed away 8 months after his diagnosis, peacefully at home, with Susan and Emily by his side. At his funeral, Emily stood to deliver a eulogy. She spoke of 2 versions of her father. "For most of my life, my father was absent, physically present sometimes, but mentally always at work." She continued, "I grew up thinking work was more important than family. That success meant sacrificing time with the people you love. But in his final 8 months, I met a different version of my father, a father who called just to talk, a father who listened." She choked back tears, recalling, "He said, 'I love you more than I'm busy,' a father who chose people over profit." Those 8 months taught me more than the previous 22 years, not because he was perfect, but because he was present. My father's greatest lesson wasn't about building businesses. It was about the value of time. How we spend our time shows what we truly value, and in the end, he valued us. He left us money, yes, but more importantly, he left us a lesson. Emily's voice trembled as she concluded, "Don't wait until you're dying to start living." "Dad, I'm grateful for those final 8 months. I wish we had more time, but I'm grateful you used the time you had to finally be with us." "Thank you for that gift." 5 years later, Emily, now 27, was cleaning out old boxes when she stumbled upon an envelope addressed to her, written in her father's handwriting. Her heart raced as she opened it, trembling with anticipation. "Dear Emily," it began, "if you're reading this, I'm gone. I'm writing this from the hospital and I have maybe a month left. I'm thinking about time. I wasted so much of it, years, decades, gone forever." He continued, "But I want you to know I'm not telling you this to make you feel sad. I'm telling you so you don't repeat my mistakes. Here, what I wish someone had told me when I was your age. Time with people you love is never wasted, even if you're just sitting together. That time is everything. Career success is hollow without life balance. Build something you're proud of, but don't build at the expense of your relationships." Emily sat on the floor, both crying and laughing at the same time. She picked up her phone, dialing her mother. "Mom, are you free for dinner tonight? I want to come over and just spend time with you." "Of course, sweetheart. Is everything okay?" Susan asked, concern evident in her voice. "Yeah, everything's okay. I don't want to wait. I want to see you today." After hanging up, Emily looked at her calendar, filled with meetings and deadlines. She began canceling obligations, making space for what truly mattered. Her father's final gift had taught her the essence of time. So Richard's story serves as a warning for us all. We often think we have more time than we do, postponing what matters for what seems urgent. But the truth is, time is the most valuable thing you have, and you're spending it right now. Those 8 months stretched endlessly, a vivid reminder of life's fragility. Don't wait until the end to truly live. Don't postpone love until it's too late. Speak your heart now today while there's still time. Time is our only currency, and once spent, it never returns. Take care of yourself and cherish each moment. Focus on what truly matters because life is unfolding right now. Ensure every second counts. As we part ways, remember the connections made and the love shared. Farewell, my friends. Thank you for sharing your precious time with me.